Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. This is Dawn.
And Angie.
And this month for December, we're going to be talking about what every woman should know. December 13th, we're halfway there, almost.
Yes.
Thank you for continuing with us with our series for the entire month of December, what every woman should know. And today's topic is going to be a little bit of a different one because might not understand what I'm saying until I explain it, but today is about how to peep game. So it's called peeping game. And the way that I peep game with people is I pay attention to their body language. Sometimes when people are talking to you, whether they're telling you the truth or a lie, they do certain things with their body. And I'm not talking about that traditional thing where people say, well, when they move their eye to the left, they doing this. If they move their eye to, no. I'm just talking about people's overall body language, how they come at you. Kind of like if you're walking down the street and somebody has maybe intentions of robbing you, you're going to notice if they were on the other side of the street, but they cross to your side of the street. And if they start, digging in their pocket, like they finna get something and they looking around to see if anybody can see them, that's peeping game right there. You're like, okay, this doesn't look safe. Maybe I may want to cross over to the other side of the street. And then if you cross and they cross again, you're probably in trouble. So, peeping game too can be just as simple as you learning something. So, you could be checking somebody out just so that you can learn something. You learn the cadence, you learn, what they're talking about, and then it gives you permission to go ahead and do further research on something. So that's my thing is if I'm checking out what somebody's doing and I'm peeping game, I'm definitely going to pay attention to their body language. What about you?
Mine is paying attention to patterns. Mine would be specifically in the dating scene. I've noticed a lot of guys.
Last time I asked you what the dating scene was like, your answer was it's
trash.
You said
like a recycle.
I laughed about that so hard. I just was telling somebody the other day. I said, well, according to my daughter, it's trash out here. He was like, yeah, it is trash out here. I was like, wow.
Yeah, a lot of guys think that the first date or acceptable first date is coming to their house. I think after like 2 or 3 dates, that can be a discussion then, but like don't let it be the first date and we go out somewhere and you think that we finna not even a nightcap, but like it baffles me sometimes that people think that their house is the first date. Like what makes you think that we like women are comfortable even coming to your place? It's whole. I watch too many documentaries and stuff. For one,
that freaks me out that you even said that, because the first thing I'm thinking is, are you the killer? The second thing I'm thinking is, if I'm coming to your house, you probably have cameras set up that I don't even know about. Third of all, once you get me in your house and you lock the door, you have all access to murder me or whatever you want to do.
And even if I do get comfortable enough, I'm sending everybody my exact location. And keeping my location on, so if I go to the store or something, you know exactly when I got up and left. But
yeah,
I think it takes so many amount of dates for you to be comfortable, or even see if you even feel this person out enough to be comfortable to go to their house. Not even spend the night, but just literally go to their house.
But the other thing that I think people should put in place, especially women should put in place for something like that, is when you meet somebody online, especially, why don't you have a couple of Zoom phone calls with them 3 or 4 times before you just automatically say, okay, we met on a Tuesday. On Thursday, I'm going to take you to the steakhouse. I mean, like, I don't need a steak that bad that I'm going to sit up with a stranger that I don't know. I think that you could build a communication pattern. If, I meet you on a Tuesday, we do a Zoom call the next day just to see what each other look like and, see the energy of one another. And then maybe we talk on Zoom 2 or 3 more times in the midst of us maybe talking on the phone, also maybe texting, or if we're, really like each other like that, just from the little bit of time we spent together. But I just don't understand I meet you on a Tuesday, I'm in your bed on Tuesday night or Wednesday. It's for me, if I meet you on a Tuesday, if we just talking on the phone or whatever, because I'm not obligated to you just because I'm talking to you on the phone, then I'm probably not going on a date with you for at least a couple of months. But then I'm not coming to your house for at least 6 to 8 months. So that's my pattern right there. That's how slow I take things, because
Yeah.
what I know for a fact is, if you're looking for somebody serious, you need to kind of know what their patterns are, because you want to know who they friends, they hanging around, what they doing, their work pattern. If they're serious, because people will tell you they got all these jobs. How you got a job if you calling me 24 hours a day though?
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a red flag when people are so easily to invite you over their house, either before y'all done went on a date on the first one, or after, literally right after the first date. Like that show, like I be wanting to know, like how many women you be having over here, like who you be having a show and tell presentation for, like.
I feel like they literally be having cameras in their houses, and I feel like they get off on that. And I really feel like whatever's going on that camera, they probably share that stuff on all these different, websites and stuff. I know people right now that make money off of. I don't know if you heard about this a couple of years ago, but there were I'm not gonna say the restaurant's name, but there were a couple of restaurants who had some cameras set up inside of the toilets that was like those little small microscopic ones.
Mm.
But the guy who worked at that particular company, he was taking that video and he was selling it to some chat line that was in Japan or China or something, and he was selling all of that stuff from people going into that public restroom in that restaurant. And he would take the camera out every day, that he wasn't at work or whatever, but nobody ever noticed it because it was situated in a certain way that you wouldn't have even paid attention. You would have just thought that was like a door stopper, or you would have thought that or whatever. But he was videoing people's private space, and one of the cameras got discovered by some girl at a different location than that one. So it kind of like seemed like it was a pattern. It's really one of the reasons I don't use the restroom in public very much, unless it is just at the point that I'm going to
Yeah.
use it on myself. Other than that, I just prefer not to have my business shown like that, because we got some weird people in the world. But yeah, so that's interesting. I like that. So again, we're halfway there almost. We're on December the 13th, and we were talking about peeping game. And again, pay attention to people's body language. You'll learn really everything you need to know at that moment that could help you with the fight or flight situation. And then, of course, like you said, paying attention to their patterns. And don't you find it funny that people don't realize when they change patterns, it makes you suspicious?
You said do what?
Doesn't it interest you that when people change their pattern, let's say you live with somebody and they work 9 to 5, but they all of a sudden now they going in early and they coming home at 9 o'clock at night. Okay, you
Yes.
go off at
Taking
5 while you
shorter
come home
lunches.
at 9. Right, but the whole time you were with them for the first 6 months, they were 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Came home, was home in an appropriate time, had dinner with you every day or whatever, and then all of a sudden they coming in at 9. Oh, I went and hung out with so and so. Oh, I stopped by the bar. Oh, why your pattern changed?
Because that's one thing I'm a peep is your pattern for sure.
It's almost like that game that they used to teach you to play when you were in elementary. Match up what matches. And if something didn't match, you're like, yeah, the dog don't match with the cat. But if it's two cats, they match. If it's two dogs, they match. And when people's patterns change, you're like, yeah, that don't match. That's not how you've been doing things for 3 months. If you first start talking to me and you've been calling me for, every day, 4 or 5 times a day, whatever your pattern is, and then all of a sudden I don't hear from you for 24 hours. Oh, okay. That's a pattern change. So that just tells me that I'm also not a priority to you at that point, that you've got something else going on, which is your business. That's your business.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I find it interesting that people don't notice patterns, or they don't think you notice their pattern.
Mm-hmm.
All righty then. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you going through this series with us. On December the 13th is where we are. We're going to see you right again tomorrow. So don't think we're not coming back. We'll see you again tomorrow. Again, today was about peeping game. And tell us how you peep game. Tell us how you recognize what's going on. Or as that little girl, what's her name? Oh gosh, I saw her on a show and she said redneck and eyes. And I was like, okay.
Mm.
Honey, the boo boo girl, the boo boo honey, whatever her name is.
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, her. I was like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know who these people are, but they strange.
I used to watch the
Okay.
show.
You did? Oh my goodness. They seem weird to me. I never watched it, but they seem
Yeah,
weird.
she started off being in the pageant. Her mom wanted her to be in a pageant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what I forgot what they called them when she was very little, but now she's like 16.
Maybe when her mom was younger, she wanted to be a pageant girl.
Those were the days.
Yep. Those are the days. Alrighty then. Well, Angie, let them know what they need to do.
Yes. Make sure that you are continuing to subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated with our content. Share our channel as well with others that can relate to any of the topics that we've talked about so far. And please like and comment on our content so we can engage with you and share ideas and feedback and experiences.
Absolutely. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye.